You ever feel like life's whispering, "It's time"? That's the whisper I followed. From the city lights of Atlanta to the soul-stretching skies of Auckland, welcome to Being, the podcast where bold moves meet deep truths. I'm Shea Love, and each week I'm sharing the messy, the magical, and meaningful moments that come with starting over and stepping fully into who you are. It started with a casual game of badminton and ended with sea urchin cracked open by Māori auntie. This episode is a love note to culture, curiosity, and what happens when you say yes to the unexpected. Part of the beauty of this whole journey, the move to New Zealand, the change, the becoming, has been the people. Truly, I've met so many incredible humans here in Aotearoa who followed their hearts, taken big steps, or found themselves here through circumstances they never could have imagined. People who've uprooted entire lives to plant something new. And each story, layered, rich, stories full of family, of navigating new systems, learning a new language, or learning how to be understood differently. Stories about discovering who they are in a brand new place and figuring out where they fit. And when I say people from all over, I mean literally all over. Sri Lanka, Spain, Argentina, Singapore, France, South Korea, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Azerbaijan, the UK, Fiji, the Cook Islands, Malaysia, Australia, Samoa, South Africa, you name it. And each person brings their own flow, their own roots, their own culture, and flavor and perspective. So one weekend, my friend from Azerbaijan invited me to join him for a game of badminton. Now, context, the last time I played anything remotely competitive with a birdie and a racket was back in high school, probably high school PE, maybe even middle school PE. I'd played once casually since moving to New Zealand at the YMCA, where we literally set up our own net and goofed off basically for social media. So let's just say my US-centric view of serious sports didn't exactly have badminton in the top 5. You know, I was thinking tennis, golf, football, basketball. I really had no idea what I was walking into. I showed up at North Harbour Badminton Center with my crossbody bag and no expectations, thinking, I'd rent a racket and get a little light cardio. And while I waited for my friend to arrive, I watched the screen above the court entrance showing highlights of competitive doubles. And listen, these players, they weren't playing. They were playing. I started picking up on the vibe, and this was no joke. When my friend arrived, he had the full setup, proper bag, attire, his own racket, the works. He even handed me a bottle of water before we started, and I was like, wait, we're staying hydrated for this? I didn't even bring a water bottle. That should have been my first clue. But I was feeling good. We had a little friendly wager going, and I just knew I was going to win. Insert my internal voice. I got this. That confidence, well, it kind of lied. What followed was a classic badminton beatdown. A full-on clinic, but it was also the most fun I've had in a really long time. He offered tips, encouraged me, and even spotted me a few points each game. But it didn't help because he still swept all 3 rounds. What surprised me most was watching the other players, other teens and adults moving with a lightning-fast, precise, powerful energy. It was inspiring. The athleticism, the speed, the strategy. Badminton isn't just a game. In countries like China, Indonesia, Malaysia, South Korea, Japan, and India, it's a cultural sport, a source of national pride. And here I was getting a taste of that spirit, one misserved at a time. After our games, we decided to cool off and explore a few local beaches, Takapuna and Browns Bay. We ended up at a quieter stretch where the tide was low and the rocks were exposed, so we climbed out to explore. And that's when we noticed two men diving in and out of the water, and nearby, two women watching. Curious, we walked over to see what they were gathering. They were Māori, and they were collecting kina, or sea urchins, a traditional delicacy. One of the women showed us how to crack it open and gently harvest the orange flesh from inside. She offered me a taste, and naturally, I nudged my friend to go first. I mean, let's be real, I needed a reaction. He said it had a texture similar to mussels, so I gave it a try. It was briny, rich, different, and honestly, it felt like a small initiation into something special. Kina is a treasure in Māori culture, and in that moment, I felt that. Not just because I was trying something new, but because I was invited in, welcomed into something deeply cultural, deeply connected to this place. So in just one day, over a badminton court and a low-tide beach, I experienced two beautiful, culturally rich moments, all because I stayed open, all because I said yes. What I'm learning over and over again is that culture isn't just something you read about or observe from a distance. It's something you feel, something you taste, something you stumble through. It lives in the rhythm of a rally on a court, the bravery of trying unfamiliar food offered with care, the laughter that stretches across accents, languages, and lived experience. And the real beauty, it only reveals itself when you say yes, when you choose curiosity over certainty, when you release the need to know and allow yourself to simply be. Because every new experience expands us, stretching our compassion, deepening our connection, and strengthening our courage. That's the cultural magic. It doesn't just teach you about the world, it changes how you move through it. And when you let yourself live in it, you don't just discover new places, you discover new parts of yourself. Friend, you don't need a new year. You need a new decision. Your growth year is where we're going to turn that nudge into a plan. One bold shift in a year built on mindset and momentum. On Substack, we've got weekly themes, prompts that actually hit, and community accountability. So you're not just inspired, you're in motion. And yes, there is a 2026 guide that helps you map the move you keep talking yourself out of. Visit Substack, beingSheaLove.substack.com. Your growth year starts now. Come. You've been listening to Being from Atlanta to Auckland. I'm Shea Love, and if this episode made you feel seen, maybe it sparked something deep or reminded you that change is possible, go ahead and follow, subscribe, and send it to a friend. This journey is just starting. Keep stretching, keep rising, and always keep being.